Good morning and thank you for coming to celebrate this milestone with us. 1 year ago today, we were here to watch the arrival of the first American Airlines flight to Stillwater. We've come a long way since then. We also celebrate the return of our non-summer flight scheduled today, which includes the popular early morning departure time from Stillwater. Since August 23rd, 2016, more than 52,846 passengers have booked a flight from Stillwater. And that is exciting. Those are numbers from last night. Many of you in the audience are some of our most frequent flyers, and we want to thank you for choosing to fly Stillwater, Oklahoma. On top of that, the airport team has won a number of awards since commercial service started. Our American Airlines Envoy team won the airline's Customer Cup for outstanding customer service in its first full quarter of operations in 2016, beating out 69 other small city airports. Airport Director Gary Johnson and Operations Chief David Lyons were honored with the Partnership Award from Team of Oklahoma of the Transportation Security Administration for their exceptional work to support the airport's TSA agents. We're also very proud to say that we are the 2017 Airport of the Year, and Gary Johnson is the Airport Manager of the Year. The Oklahoma Airport Operators Association granted both of these designations to us in April. These are incredible accomplishments to make in our first year, and it took a lot of hard work and support from many people to make it happen. I want to thank particularly Gary Johnson and his airport team who worked tirelessly this past year to make the airport and this service prosper. We thank our American Airlines Envoy team and our TSA staff for their commitment for the quality customer service. We would especially like to recognize Envoy Station Manager Karen Strotter, Envoy Regional Marketing Director Rachel Alans, and TSA Federal Security Director Steve Crawford and Stillwater Supervisors Denise Doherty and Michael Rubin for their work. We're also grateful for the support of a number of officials who wanted to see Stillwater and North Central Oklahoma thrive. Without these people, and particularly the partnership of OSU, this just wouldn't have happened. And I hope I don't miss anybody. Governor Mary Fallon, Senator James Inhofe, Senator James Lankford, Congressman Frank Lucas, former Transportation Secretary Gary Ridley. I hate to call you former, maybe past Transportation Secretary Gary Ridley. Stillwater City Council, some of who are here today. Oklahoma State University President Burns Hargis, OSU Senior Vice President Joe Weaver, OSU Senior Vice President Gary Clark, the OSU Board of Regents, Oklahoma Aeronautics Commission Director Vic Bird, Stillwater Regional Airport Authority, airline consulting team of Mead & Hutt Incorporated, and especially Jeffrey Hartz, our local partner. And all of our partners at Oklahoma State, American Airlines, Stillwater Chamber of Commerce, and Visit Stillwater. And finally, thank you for flying Stillwater. We couldn't have done this without you, our flyers. We're proud to have this service in our community and to see how it will continue to benefit our residents and all of North Central Oklahoma. And now I would like to welcome OSU President Burns Hargis. Thank you for being here today to celebrate our partnership's 1 year anniversary.
Thank all of you for being here today. We worked on this a long time with the city. This is proof positive, I think, of the partnership that we have at OSU with the Stillwater community and all its leadership. And there were multiple trips down to Dallas to try to persuade the American Airlines to do this. And I wanted to say once again, this would not have happened without Gary Ridley. So I'd like everybody to recognize him. And I wouldn't have happened without the past chair of our regents, Lou Watkins. So welcome, Lou. I don't think Calvin's here, is he? I haven't seen him. Ann and I were on the inaugural flight in. We had been in California, as usual, with our handout looking for money. And we came in early that morning to DFW, and I was woofing down some early lunch. And this American Airlines pilot came over to me and he said, "President Hargis, I'm so-and-so, and I graduated from OSU in 1995, and I'm gonna be flying you into Stillwater today." And I thought, oh, that's great. That is great. And you're right. I mean, you can go anywhere. Ann and I, in April, flew to Beijing from Stillwater, Oklahoma, and flew back from Shanghai into Stillwater, Oklahoma. So you literally can go anywhere, and it's such an advantage for this community, but it's a great advantage for Oklahoma State University. I mean, it really puts us within reach of a lot of kids we would not consider coming here. And then for all of us who live here in Stillwater, isn't it great not to have to drive an hour after you land? You know. I think it's also good to, again, point out Gary Johnson and his staff and all they've done to make this a success. It took a lot of work here at the airport to be ready to do what we wanted done, and boy, has it been successful. I would have 50,000 people. Of course, I'm selling this everywhere I go. I said, look, you never have more than 50 in your TSA line, and you don't have to pay for parking. If you live in Edmond, this is a much better deal. And I ran into the airport manager from Oklahoma City, and he said, "Would you shut that up? Just quit doing that." But I think we've shown that this is a very viable market, and I hope we show soon enough they need another flight to Chicago, and then we'll pretty well have it done here. But I think this is going to cause companies to come to either stay or to come to the Stillwater area. It's certainly going to cause parents of many of our students to come up here for lunch. I don't think our students are real happy about that, but it's going to be very, very, very good. But it really is, I think, going to make Stillwater, Oklahoma, at least the third most viable city in our state. And at OSU, we are very proud to be a part of it. As I often say, OSU and Stillwater are joined at the hip. I mean, we can't win unless Stillwater wins, and vice versa. And we're going to work together to win. Thank you very much. Congratulations, everybody, and go Pokes.
Thank you, President Hargis. Next, I'd like to introduce Rachel Lanz, Envoy Regional Managing Director for the Southwest Region. Welcome to Stillwater, and thanks for joining us.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you for coming out to our first year celebration. I still can't believe it's been a year. It just seems like yesterday where Karen, Gary, and Dave were working tirelessly hours. I mean, I came in here, this did not look like this. It's incredible, all the work they've done. I think David was ready to kick us out with all the list of regulatory items that we had, all the needs that we needed before we could even open the doors. And I know Karen and I, we looked at the list and we're like, how is this all gonna get done? I know Karen spent hours and hours here at this airport. Gary was nothing but supportive, so I wanna thank him. And this would not have happened without Gary and David. So I just want to thank you. I also want to thank the entire Stillwater community. It's incredible what this community can do when they put them, gather together. I mean, it's just incredible. This community, the outpour of love and support that this community has put OSU. I'm a Texas graduate, but I have come. Okay, well that's okay. That's okay, right? But I have come to love OSU. Go Pokes. And the orange is awesome. But, OSU really has made this happen and is the reason that we're here. You've been very supportive to us, and we really appreciate that. Like they were saying earlier, Stillwater, we came in here and we made an impact immediately. They won the Customer Cup, which is not easy to do, especially in their first quarter. Stillwater, everybody was like, who's Stillwater? Well, Karen let them know, and the team let them know who Stillwater was, and they were here to stay. And they have, won several awards, the Customer Cup, Outstanding Scorecard of the Year for 2016. They were also, the airport and some of the crew members were featured in a film called Southern Christmas, which should be coming out next November. We've carried over 52,000 passengers in and out of the city. That's incredible for a first year. So I want to thank, again, Karen and Gary and the entire Stillwater community for coming and supporting us. Thank you.
Well, thank you again for coming to the one-year anniversary celebration. Please enjoy the brunch, and we hope to see you back soon for a flight out of Stillwater. And people have talked about Gary and the work that he did. I've just got to tell you one thing. I told him at one point that it wasn't worth dying over to make sure that we made the first day. I mean, it got to that point. I was covered in dirt from working in my yard and weed eating. Stephanie called me and he said, this isn't going to happen unless I get some help. And so we spent about an hour on my porch drinking water and making sure this thing happened. But I just can't say enough about Gary and his staff and his tenacity at making this all happen, along with OSU and the Chamber and Visit Stillwater and all of our partners that have made this successful. So please enjoy the day. Thank you.